So you want a pond, do you? Well, I don't know how the pros do it, but I started by drawing myself an outline and making a small trench with a shovel. Tried to get the whole thing started. I didn't have any heavy machinery, and I'm not afraid of hard work, so by shovel, here we go. Every day I'd pick away at it a little bit till I got bored.
Reaching out with rhyme and reason in a land that has no taste for the things that you believe in.
I guess George is trying to help a little. Made some pretty good progress already today. Started over here on this end where the shade was. Now it's moved again. That's getting knee deep already. I'm loving it. So every day while I'm out there picking away at this thing with my shovel and wheelbarrow, without me knowing it, my friend was driving by, a neighbor, and watching me, and he decided he's gonna grab his excavator, come over here and help me dig this thing out. That was pretty awesome.
Reaching out with rhyme and reason, sing about amazing grace and the truth that you believe in.
What he was able to do in a couple hours would have taken me 6 or 8 months. That was a real blessing. If you follow the channel, you remember me mentioning that there was an underground greenhouse on this property back in the 70s. Lots of concrete block and rebar and whatnot. I knew there was a spring here, but I thought it had dried up. I didn't realize it was just way deep underground. It used to come up to the surface. Now it's 3-4 feet underground. But hey, that's great news. Glad to have a spring. Yep, that's quite a spring. Cool. It's filling itself up, that's for sure. George, get out of the water, get out of the mud. Yep. Oh, and it's going to be crystal clear too. That's just awesome. There's probably a foot or two in the bottom, and we got another 3 or 4 to go. It's gonna be huge. But I can see it's filling itself up. That's awesome. Not only did my neighbor dig the pond, but he did the grading and all that concrete that came out. He dug a hole and put it back where it came from. It was nice to get rid of it. As far as I knew, this was it. We had us a pond, it was filling up. We put out the grass and some straw, and we're just waiting for it to fill up. But to my surprise, the water started going down. I'm thinking, wait a minute, maybe it's soaking in the ground. Somebody mentioned in the comments, hey, if you got a spring, there's a way in and a way out. I never heard of such. I didn't understand that, but I believe that person was absolutely correct. I started pumping water from the creek in to fill it up. I thought maybe it was just soaking in the sandy soil. But I'd get it up and it'd go back down over and over. That stick was right at the water line. And now she's down quite a bit. You can see the ring around it. Yeah, right there. So this hole was where the water was coming in and apparently going out. Didn't make any sense to me, but I could see that it was draining itself. So, of course, I had to get in there and reach around and figure out what the heck was I dealing with. And I came up with a plan. I bet it's cold. I'm going to get in there.
I bet it is.
I'm going to take a basketball. I'm going to stuff it down in there. And I'm going to see what happens. Don't know.
Oh, that scared me.
Me too. I didn't expect that. Unfortunately, the water went down. So, what are you going to do? Pull the basketball back out. It wasn't helping. Well, it's the next morning, and the water is even farther down than it was. Did I screw something up by shoving the basketball down there? I don't know. But the water's down again. After much debate, I decided I'm going to get my friend Mike back over here and dig it a little bit deeper. Maybe this is just going to be the new level. So here he comes. George, look out. I've seen that pipe. That's a piece of drain pipe. Old clay drain pipe. That could have something to do with our problem. All right, it's filling back up. Good current from the spring, more than we've ever had. I think we have success. So the next morning, it dropped a foot. Like, now I got to get back in there and try and figure out what's going on. We definitely have dug it deeper, but the water's still draining out. By this time, I'm totally convinced that there's a drain in here, and I got to find it. While we were digging this last time, we found these clay pipes, agricultural pipes. Now I think I know what's going on. That spring was running through these pipes, and that was to keep the water out of the underground greenhouses. So, believe it or not, I was on the edge of the pond looking and looking and looking, and I just said a little prayer, Lord, help me find that spot. And sure enough, there it was. One of those pipes, the exit pipe, going right through the bank, right under this white PVC. Huh. Okay, so here's the new plan. I bought this bladder that will fit inside that 6-inch clay pipe that is the exit, the drain, and I'm going to pump it up, and I'm going to block the thing, and I'm going to see what happens. All right, I got the bladder in place, and the next morning I went, looked, and the water had raised an inch, but it should have raised at least 6 inches or a foot. So I knew there was still another leak. All right, I took a little stick and made a little dust. See it getting sucked down that hole? Did you see that? All right, new plan. I'm gonna pump this thing dry. I'm gonna get in there. I'm gonna dig that out. I'm gonna fix it right. I went to a local tool rental place, rented this little beast, and that thing pumped this pond dry in less than 30 minutes. It worked awesome. Water's dropping quick, and that spring, wow, that thing's really putting the water to this pond. Less than 30 minutes and that pond was drained. And I noticed another fish swimming around. I missed one. All right, here's what I found. I found the drain pipe, and it's cracked, and that's why the water was able to go around it. So maybe I can see. Yeah, there's another section in there. All right, I dug it out. I think I'll put the bladder in there and see what happens. Okay, the bladder's back in and pumped up. It's nice and solid. I think that's gonna do it. Hey, let's give her a test. Let the water come back. I put the bladder in, it's in there good, and I packed it under 2 feet of clay. I think this is gonna work. What do you think, George? Maybe? Seemed like the perfect time to check this spring, so I stuck a pipe in it, and it filled a gallon in less than 10 seconds. My math is right. This thing's giving me around 500 gallons an hour. It should fill up pretty quick. Can't wait. Well, this is what happened. This is the next morning, so this is less than 24 hours. That stick was on the edge, so we're doing great. Yep, I think we got it. But you never know. Another spring hole could open up and drain all the water out. But for now, it sure is looking good. If you're building a pond, good luck. Thanks for coming along. See you on the next one.